folks. You know, I actually went and I Googled like the actual definition of folks, and it means like close family or kin. So whenever Rudy or Alex starts a video with folks, it makes me feel loved. And that's why I don't use it, because I hate you guys. Anyway, on to the video. Okay. If you've seen this board before, you know what we're doing. If you're new here, let me explain. We're going to take every set from Scarlet and Violet from the start to now. This time, including specialty sets. And we're going to put them on our whiteboard. Buy, hold, or sell. Now, I'm going to attempt to go in chronological order because I just wrote them all on this piece of paper with a Sharpie. And I'm pretty sure waking up at 5 a.m., I remembered exactly which sets came out in which order. Now, little caveats. We're going into this assuming you've got we'll say like a case of everything. We'll say one equal measurement of everything. One case, 10 cases, one box, whatever. We're going to pretend that you've got some of everything. As you know, I'm a big proponent of picking up a bit of everything. Now, with that said, I'm not going to go into detail here. I kind of did it in the last video. When times change, that changes. And we don't pre-order products that are double MSRP, triple MSRP, right? Going on to another video, we'll talk about it Friday, but if you go watch my last couple videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. But generally, we want a little bit of everything. So, with that all out of the way, caveats aside, let's dig in, shall we? I think this will be really helpful for new people, old people, people who just want to learn, right? So, again, we're just doing Scarlet and Violet from the start to now. So 2024. We're not going to include anything 2025. All right. So that obviously leaves us starting off with base set. It's a buy. Now, I've been screaming at the heavens for the last 3-4 months that you should have been picking this up at $90 to $100. It is now around $130, $140. However, I think anything currently under whatever Pokemon's selling it at, that's a good price. So, as long as it's under $160, I'd say pick up base set. Now, let me just throw out some caveats to it. I still think it's good. It's probably the most printed, more than likely, as of now, it's probably the most printed of any of the booster boxes. From my guess. That's a complete guess. Purely because I think it's that and Paldea Evolved, I believe, are the only two booster boxes in Scarlet and Violet that have currently been reprinted. So, I'm going to give that... We had a little check system last time, I think. I'm going to give it like it's like a soft buy. Like, you should have really been picking it up at that $100. But anything under $160, I'm going to give the green light. Once it gets to $160, you're going to probably maybe want to start to kind of hold a little bit off on that. Also I'm going to throw in some special stuff here at the end if you're smart enough to stay around. Okay. Paldea Evolved. I'm going to go ahead and now throw this bad boy in hold. I think, what's it at? Like 180, 190? I'm happy with the amount I've gotten. I think you've had plenty of time to get into this. If you don't have any of it, we're going into this assuming you've got everything. If you don't have any of this, I think you just need to pass up. You just need to hold off. Like, if you didn't pick up any of this and you're coming in now, I think there's better opportunity. I wouldn't even buy it if you don't have any. But if you wanted to pick up a box or two just to have a bit of everything, I wouldn't be mad at you either. So we'll say it's like a soft hold. It's really a mixed bag. I definitely would not be selling any of it. Because you've really not, even if you bought it for $100, selling at $190, it's just not. Obsidian Flames. I'm so proud of Charizard. My boy, and hey, if you know, you know that Gloom card. If you were watching my videos, bro, I went out and bought like 20 or 30 of them for like $4 to $6. I think they're like $17 now, which is hilarious. That's like one of the only singles plays I've made on Pokemon all year. Obsidian Flames, I'm going to put it at hold now as well. Purely because I think it's above. I think it's in that like 170s, 180s now. Which is crazy. People, that was like the worst set. This set's the next Vivid, I don't know, whatever. This box is going to be $90 for years. I'll wait, I'll hold off on that. I luckily saw the writing on the wall and picked up a few more boxes in like the 120s. But I'd already gotten a decent amount when it was cheap. But like I picked up those last couple boxes in the 120s and then it just... So Obsidian Flames, I would hold. You missed out. Again, you guys had all... 2024 was the year to be buying. If you weren't buying, I'm sorry. You kind of missed out on the best stuff. Paldean Fates. Now this is the specialty set. I don't know if this came out before. My exact timing on some of this may be a little skewed. Like 151 I think actually came before all of this. So let's do that. Let's do the specialty sets real quick here because I'm already lost in the sauce. We'll say Pokemon 151, that's obviously a hold. There is those little sets coming out. I don't remember what the heck it's called. Something Waves. I don't know what it's called. But if you can pick those up from retailers at MSRP, yeah, go at it. But definitely a hold. Wouldn't be selling any of it. But I wouldn't blame you because I think those ETBs are over $100 now. And bro, I remember we were picking those up for like 45. That was crazy. Sell a little bit maybe if you really wanted to, but again, unless you're just trying to sell off to dollar cost average down and you're not planning on like trying to buy back in, I wouldn't be like, too mad at you if you sold off some of your ETBs, but I'd probably just hold. All right. Oh, and then so Paldean Fates. Same thing. Hold. Paldean. I'm gonna run out of room on this. Are you getting the picture yet? Don't worry. I promise we'll change it up a bit. It's not gonna all go into hold. Most of it will though. That set. Funny enough, I don't know why. Something just told me, and I was like, I'll pick up like 20 boxes. I think there was like I think it was because they were on sale for like $39. And this is funny enough, I'd actually won like, what was it? It was like a $5 tournament. I won like $1,500. I got first place. So I put like a bunch of it into Paldean Fates. And I was just like, why not? I was like, just let it roll. And that's, if you know me, I'm kind of like against specialty sets, but there was something about Paldean Fates that was just like, it was like calling to me. And so I dabbled a little bit in that. So, those are around 80. Like they bounce between like low 80s, high 70s. That's one where again, I wouldn't blame you maybe if you wanted to like kind of sell out of a little bit of it if you had a decent amount, but I'm going to hold it. Oh, here we go. We're going to put something in a different column now. Paradox Rift. Now, Paradox Rift was the set before the shift. It was the set that I thought might be the shift. It ended up being Twilight Masquerade. But it was like the start of the shift. And it was the start also, well, it was the start of them actually kind of fixing the pull rates of the SIRs and the IRs. And the SIRs actually became, that's what, I mean, go look on TCG Player, right? That's the set where you will start seeing SIRs be worth more than the IRs. Special illustration rare. illustration rare for the noobs out there that don't know. So this, I think, honestly, is going to age phenomenally. I think this might be one of the lowest printed sets in the long run. It'll end up being the least printed. And I think it's going to age very well. The cards are beautiful. It's a beautiful set. It doesn't have anything crazy in it, but I think it is a good long-term set. And right now, at 140-ish, yeah, I think you're still 140 on TCG Player, which is $20 below. And you know, I'd even tell you this: I would buy these all the way up. Well, I'm not personally, because I went pretty hard on these already at a cheap price. But I would buy these at 140, and I would totally see people and wouldn't blame people buying these up to 160, 170, 180 even. It's a phenomenal set, I think. Now, and let me just tell you too, a lot of these sets, when they go out of print on the Pokemon Center website, you just see what happens. Speaking of that, of course. One more set. I lied. This wasn't the set. There was one more set before that. It was Temporal Forces. Now, I'm going to say hold on Temporal Forces. If you can get it below 160, I'd pick up a couple. I wouldn't blame you. I personally wouldn't. Because this is probably like my third or fourth highest held box. I love. This is actually, I'll just say, this is my favorite set art-wise. Temporal Forces, in my opinion, currently, is the most beautiful. I love the color scheme of it. I don't even know what any of those Pokemon, the Iron Leaf, don't know none of that stuff. I don't know who those guys are. But I love the colors. It's beautiful. It's my favorite set, personally, as far as the look of it. Now, my actual favorite set, and one that if you go look on my channel, I've quite a history of making videos about it. Twilight Old Masquerade. This set, I think it was two reasons. Rudy, I'm sure he's made this comment multiple times, made a comment where basically there's going to be a set that everyone just hates. They just, I hate it. I hate it. It sucks, blah, 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 blah. And like that set is going to be like the most, under pre-ordered, under this, under that, under that. And then it's going to come out and people are going to be, it's basically going to catch everyone with their pants down. And for some reason, well, I know too why what it was. And then it was PTCG Radio, whatever. This man hates the Greninja with his every soul and fiber in his being. And it's just like those two things came together. And I was just like, send everything. Send everything you've got. Send it all. And we just went into Twilight Masquerade. And another thing, I made a video ranting about how Pokemon needed to make super rare chase cards like One Piece did with their manga rares. Made this video 5-6 months ago, right? I've been begging it. I was like, Pokemon, if you do this, everything's gonna go nuts. And and of course they didn't watch my video, but they did exactly what I wanted. And it started with Twilight Masquerade. And we got to exactly where I said we would get if they did that. So, I'm not a genius. I don't have foresight. I still think you should buy every set. But it was just like, bro, all these things came together and I just said, go. Just send it. And I think the most I paid for a box of Twilight Masquerade was $115. And after that, I said, all right, I'm going to sit back and watch now. And it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. I would hold that, wouldn't sell it. I'd hold it for a very long time. Gotta love that Greninja. All right, now we're getting on to the end here. We've got what? We've got a few more, like 3 more. Now, another specialty set. We're going in the buy. This set, I'm gonna tell a funny story. I did a little social experiment. Oh wait, what am I doing? Not Stellar. Shrouded Fable. I put an ETB up for Shrouded Fable, and I started the bid at, what was it, $28. Because I was just like, I want to see if anyone would even, like, I couldn't sell these, but like I had a few, another story. Basically, I like got stuck with some Shrouded Fables ETBs, but it was okay because I basically got them for free, essentially. So I just wanted to get rid of them. And I was like, okay. I had just seen how much they were plummeting, and I didn't really want to sell them for that price. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to hold on to these, but I kind of wanted to see something. So I listed one Shrouded Fable ETB as an auction, and I started it at $28. And not a single person, and I have like a legitimate account and everything, like, you know, hundreds of reviews, like it's solid, legit, like I do sales, like, right? Like it's not like someone thought it was like a scam so no one bid on it. Like, it was an auction. I just started it kind of high at like $28. Not a single person bid on this ETB, and the auction closed with 0 bids for $28 for an ETB. That's when I knew everybody had just like lost their minds about this set. Nobody wanted Shrouded Fable. And then I was like, you know what? People were selling them for $30. You go look at the sales history on TCG Player. It's insane. On our, which we're going to do a video update. Technically tomorrow's the 16th, so I guess I'll probably make it tomorrow. Maybe post it Friday. But 1 month ago, we did our original how to invest 5K into Pokemon. And the 1 month will be tomorrow. So we'll do an update. And we went hard on Shrouded Fables because it's just like, they're too cheap. Is it an amazing set? No. But it shouldn't be that cheap. So I wouldn't blame you if you picked up some more Shrouded Fable purely because it's just so cheap. It's like buying Battle Styles, you know, for $90. It's like, why not, right? It can't get any cheaper. All right, 2 more. I'm kind of mixed on this one because it just depends where you can get it, but I am going to put Stellar Crown here. If you can pick this up for less than $160, I've seen it around for like $140, $150. I think that's a buy. I think you should get Stellar Crown up to $160. I could totally justify that. It's a solid set. I think the print run's solid, the pull rate's solid, the Squirtle's solid. So anything over $160, I'd probably move it over to a hold. Now, okay. The one set that don't even really want to put on sale because I'll tell you right now, I'm not selling any of it, but I could justify if someone wanted to sell some of it. And that's Surging Sparks. And here's why I wouldn't justify selling it. Unless the only way I would sell it is if you had no intentions of trying to like dollar cost back in. If you plan on trying to buy more, then just don't even sell. Because let me give you guys just like a scenario, right? Let's say even if you bought it at $100 a box, and you want to sell it now at like $220, $230, totally legit. Just don't take that money and then expect to like buy in with a reprint because then you've made no money. And I'll give you an example, a little quick math. Let's say you sell a box at $230 or whatever, you're gonna profit $200, right? So let's say you profit your $200. And you're like, I'm gonna buy back in once the reprint comes in. So reprint comes, it knocks it down to $180, you buy back in. You just did all of that to make $20. See, so unless you're selling it to then go and buy Battle Styles or Vivid Voltage, I would not sell. I wouldn't sell. Now, unless you're just selling off because you got a bunch of it and you just want to sell half of it just to, you know, take the money and do whatever with, and then the other half you basically, you know, dollar cost that down, and basically sitting on it for free, that's totally acceptable. Totally understand that. Just don't do that expecting that, oh, I'm gonna sell now, buy back. It's just it's not worth your time. Now, as you can see, guys, basically what I'm getting to here is it's a good time to just kind of hold right now. Really wouldn't sell anything. There is still stuff to buy, but as you can see, it's probably not what a lot of you are thinking about buying right now. And I want to put over here too, you're not going to be able to see it, I'm making a mess, but Vivid Voltage and Battle Styles. I would actually buy, you can't even see it, so I don't know why I'm writing it, but I would buy those before I bought more Stellar Crown or even Shrouded Fable. It's just good stuff. It's solid. It's not getting anything reprinted, right? So this is the list. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Tell me why I'm an idiot. And we'll see you around, guys. Have a good one.